So, last time, the group had just recently gotten off the high of slaying the dragon, being guarded by being soon guided by the druid named Redoff towards their goal of Cragmaw Castle. The group set off. Eventually, they came across tracks, interesting tracks accompanied by people and some sort of lizard dragon-like track, which I believe Signa discerned as tracks belonging to a drake, also known or a large hound-like creature descended from a draconic bloodline. You did your best to help. You did your best to track down the. Someone is abusing a water bottle, from what the sound is like.
That is my fault. I thought I put myself on mute. I'm making popcorn.
Oh, okay.
I need snackies.
No, it's completely fine. I'm just letting y'all know. It happens. Anyway, so you all then proceeded to try and track. You did your best to track down the tracks. However, unfortunately, a series of unlucky rolls resulted in, as opposed to you getting the drop on your quarry getting the drop on you, revealing to be a set of men in robes, accompanied by two what looked to be more men in charge. One draped in more robes and wearing a mask, and the second one wearing heavy armor and wielding a battle axe. With the drake sicked on you and an ambush started, combat broke out. The individuals seemed to be speaking to each other in Draconic, which unfortunately no one in the party spoke, so no one truly understood. Eventually, the party did their best and slayed all of the cultists, resulting in them finding the symbols of the cultist. The symbol that was soon discerned by the paladin and the cleric in tandem as the symbol of the broken god, an ancient being said to be the first of the chromatic dragons that was broken apart and sealed away due to the other god's fear of its strength. And also coming with the death of the cultists came with the recruitment of a new friend, a young pseudo-dragon, which had been serving the apparent cultist leader, or at least of this significant gang, immediately latched on himself to the nearest arcane caster and struck a deal. Don't kill me, and I help you. Now, Chris and Sparky, the group, decided to lay down for the night and rest up, lick their wounds, and maybe make their way to Cragmaw Castle the next morning. And with that, we descend upon the group once more, as you all wake up in the wee hours of the morning. Mendardus, roll a perception check, actually.
Okay.
As just before your group starts waking up.
Do I have to say it?
Yes. Or you can type it in chat, either or.
Natural 1.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo! Get rid of that one.
You are
Already done.
incredibly. You just get it out of the system now.
Done.
You're currently enthralled with your new pet Sparky, petting him, asking him questions, trying to train him in minor Elvish phrases so he can learn your commands.
Can I try and do an animal handling check to see if he learns any?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Roll an animal handling check.
19.
All right. You get him started on one command. So a simple command: go and return. So he learns those commands in Elvish. So you can write that down somewhere. Those are Elvish commands that Sparky knows.
Okay.
Go and return. So go there, come back. So long as he's within earshot, he will do such a thing. However, you're so enraptured in your new training of Sparky that you don't notice the footsteps coming up behind you. Grim, you see you've after fighting a dragon and then running back off into the night, you lost track of your party, but eventually, with your decent tracking senses, managed to track them down, and it found them in a clearing sleeping, with obviously Mandaris not doing his best at keeping watch.
Oh, so I just sneak up on him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
Boo.
Here's a good voice, Spike.
I'll just go hang out by Mandaris, just sneak up behind him and be like, hey, man.
Rah! Who the fuck are you? Oh, hey, Grim, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, dude? What you doing out here? Shouldn't you be sleeping?
No, I'm actually good. I'm just, Oh, you weren't here for it. And I pull Sparky out in my hands and show him Sparky.
In Mandaris' grasp is a small little scaled-like creature. It looks like a dragon. Red scales, wings, horns, the whole 9 yards, except it's about the size of a cat. A normal common house cat.
Oh, is it like an actual animal? Or
Yes.
is it a trinket?
No, it's an actual animal. Watch.
Oh,
watch.
that's cool.
And
I'm watching.
I'll tell Sparky and Elvish to go and just fly above and then return.
Sparky unfurls his wings, and with the sound of screeching popcorn bags,
That
he
was
flies-
not me. That was not me.
Sorry.
Anyway, with the sound of like a quick beat of his wings, he shoots off, does a quick circle around the clearing, and then lands back down on Mandaris' shoulders.
Pretty sweet.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
what do you do with this thing?
Where have you been? I haven't been able to reach you on the earring at all.
I think I've been out of range.
Speaking of
Run through
which,
the forest.
while everyone wakes up and can do minor roleplay as they all wake up, Grim, let's bring you to Whispers real quick.
Okay.
Anybody want some popcorn?
What's going on, guys? Just doing some minor role play.
I'm gonna
making
go
breakfast
over
this morning?
and pet Spark.
Oh. Who left?
Grim. You get to go to Whispers now.
No, someone just. Okay, left.
Whoa.
It looks like she's down in Whisper. Yeah.
Womp womp.
Trying to get the drop on us.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we gonna kill today?
Oh, a bunch of alcohol?
I like the way you think.
I'm
Speaking of
hoping
which,
to
I gotta
find
go
some pockets to pick.
Get you some of that jingle jangle.
You know it.
Cooking breakfast, cooking food, drinking from my flask.
Drunky.
Shh! Don't be jealous, because I have a dragon and you don't, Joe.
Have you fed your dragon this morning?
Yes, I have already.
Oh.
Do you know how to train your dragon?
Dragon.
Working
Dragon.
Darn it, we should have named him Hiccup.
That would have actually been pretty awesome.
I mean, if you want to, Sparky is not set in stone.
He already knows Sparky.
No, his name is Sparky.
Alright. All up to y'all. Anyway, you all come to an early rise, eat yourself your breakfast of hardtack and beef jerky, and perhaps whatever berries and eggs you could scrounge from the forest.
Sparky's already eaten and drank, by the way. Just to note that.
No problem. I assume pretty much. I assume as much. Like I said, I'm not typically I don't like count survival stuff unless you're in a harsh environment where food is incredibly scarce, like the sea, the desert, frozen tundras. But in a forest where harvesting is quite readily available. I don't really tend to track that.
Okay.
Anyway, the day arises. What do you all would like to do?
Do we want to try and make it to Cragmaw Castle today without getting sidetracked?
I mean, I guess.
Depends on if we get tempted to kill another dragon, I guess.
Woo!
So before
And I
we
look
set
over, I
out,
look over at Sparky when he says that, and I look at him and I shake my head like, "Not you, not you."
before we set out, I'm gonna take that necklace I got a couple times ago and just like put it on and see if anything happens.
All right. I mean, you put it on, and you sit there waiting, and nothing seems to take effect.
Well, damn, I'm just gonna leave it on.
I'm gonna ask Sparky if he knows what Cragmaw Castle is or has ever heard the name.
Sparky tilts his head and like closes his eyes, and the overlaid image appears before you again as Sparky begins projecting his memories and thoughts into yours. You close your eyes and realize that it's a lot easier when you're not looking at anything else. And the image of what could be a old, sort of rundown fort taken by the ages of time, with vines creeping up its sides and walls with decent chips and divots in there. You see what looks to be the cultists walking up to it and being hailed down by a group of orcs. They discuss each other using the orcish tongue. Do you know?
I do not know Orcish.
So you're unsure of what they say, and eventually the orcs and the cultists take their departure, and that's where the memory ends.
Am I able to at least remember how something sound or how they said it in Orc? Like,
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Okay.
10. You as you begin to say these orcish words out loud, and who in the group party speaks orcish?
The fucking orc.
Yeah, I know. also, anyone else?
Only half.
Just gonna throw it out there.
Like anyone else who might know it. So just besides just Joe. No one? Okay. So Joe, he begins speaking like as Mandardus is doing this really new weird thing that he does with Sparky, where he just closes his eyes and like they just sort of like sit there for a minute. He starts speaking, but it's Orcish, which immediately catches your attention. It's really bad though. The accent is incredibly off, and it's It's like if someone were to speak broken English. You catch words like spider, agreement,
Butt
coalition.
plugs.
Like you get the sense of like there is an agreement between the cultists and the orcs, and they are working for a individual. They're working not for, but they're working in tandem with an individual that simply goes by they simply refer to as the spider.
Oh, you mean like the guy that we've been? No. All right, cool. I relay this to the group.
So, if that's what it means, and then it's possible Sparky's been to Cragmaw Castle, and I tell them everything I saw about the fort that Sparky showed me. So we in for a fight, guys.
Let's go.
All right. Who wants to take the lead in terms of the survival check to try and get y'all to Cragmaw?
I can try it.
All right, go ahead. Roll survival. I'd say roll with advantage, because not only do you have Redoth's direction, but you also have Sparky's memories to sort of guide you.
Okay.
17. All right. So, you watch as Grim takes point, and it's good to have the tracker back in the group, as opposed to before, when all of you were just sort of bumbling around the forest. Grim immediately takes charge in terms of the pathways and leads you down the right pathways and through the right areas, and eventually you wound up on like the edge of a hill, looking down into a sort of valley-like area, and you see what is a similar, pretty much the image Mandaris you saw in Sparky's memories, a keep lost to the ages of times, with vines crawling up it, certain definitely holes and what looks to be, you know, cracks in the air in the walls, but it's still standing.
Yep, that's pretty much what Sparky showed me. And oh, Okara, here, you could probably use this better than me, and I give her the pistol with all the rounds that I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right,
thank
Okara, you now have a pistol.
Awesome. I thank you for that.
It's a dex weapon. You're not exactly trained in it, but if you take the time out of your days in the future, you can become trained. It is very loud.
Okay.
But it's a dex weapon. It's
Are
a dex
you-
weapon, so
are
you
you-
have the ability to sneak attack with it.
Oh,
Are you-
great.
Are you removing that from mine, or do I need to go ahead and do that?
If you can do it, that'd be great.
Okay.
But
I guess.
just you know, I believe you had 40 rounds of pistol ammo on you.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, there you go. Pistol. Oh, I forgot to add its range. Its range is 30-90. However, this does have the loading property, so once you take the attack, you have, like, essentially, you can't make 2 attacks with a pistol in 1 turn. Much like how Grim can't make 2 attacks with his crossbow in 1 turn, but you don't have multi-attack, so you don't really need to worry about it.
Okay.
What are you investigating, Thrysis?
I wasn't trying to do that.
Okay, so you are all currently looking down. All you can see currently is the castle, but if you all want to, you can try rolling a perception check to see if you can see closer.
I'm actually going to tell Sparky, we're going to try his new training commands, and I'm going to tell him go fly above it and show me what he sees.
Alright, Sparky shakes his, like, essentially his scales, unfurls his wings, and does, and takes off, and does one long circle above the castle's overhead. So go ahead and open up Sparky's character sheet and roll me a perception check, please.
Sparky, where are you at? There you are. Ooh, I have advantage on that.
So he has a +3.
20.
Nice, Sparky.
Good boy.
So you close your eyes, and eventually the image that Sparky is seeing is being projected onto you. Unlike Caleb, who can just essentially turn off his senses and just see and hear through Frumpkin, you can close your eyes, but you can't really close your ears. So you also hear what Sparky's hearing while you hear what your body's hearing. It's a bit trippy, but it's useful nonetheless, as Sparky's eyes, draconic eyes, are honed and sharp. You look down, and from above, you see the main essentially, there are no real side entrances to the keep, aside from one. There are 2 entrances. The main entrance, which are currently being guarded by 3 orcs, and then there is a crack in the wall near the rear entrance that leads to the single solitary tower of the keep. That you can see a orc dressed in, like, essentially holds himself higher, dressed in like definitely different kind of armor, and is like telling directions to the small horde of orcs. This is definitely not a raiding horde. This seems more like a party that's been put out by a horde from some other place. You see 3 orcs out front, 4 orcs inside, not including the chief, and a massive ogre that's just sort of being kept in the stables. There, like I said, there is a hole in the wall where, next to the tower, where it looks like the chief orc is staying. There's also what looks to be like Sparky actually gets a little bold and lands and like looks down, and there is a place in the stable where it looks like a basement is, and as Sparky does another circle coming back around, there is a nearby cave complex a little bit further off from the fortress. Eventually, once the swoop is done, Sparky comes back and lands on your shoulder.
I relay all of this information to the party of what Sparky's seen. So, which way do you guys want to go?
Caves.
Cave sounds good.
I can get down with the cave.
Sweet.
Cave works.
Roll.
I'm okay with it.
I shall lead you.
All right. It's not incredibly hard. You guys, utilizing Mendardis's bird's eye view and Grimm's survival techniques, you'll eventually find yourselves. Scroll. There we go. At the entrance of what used to probably be an old mining area. However, it doesn't look as good as the map is. It's definitely a lot more dilapidated. The handrails are like old and broken and splintered. And there's cobwebs everywhere. And as you
Cobwebs.
look down into the pit, you see 2 big old swarms of snakes just sort of slithering on top of each other.
Nope.
Nope, I'm out.
2 snakes?
There's 2 snakes. I mean,
Well, there's
we
2.
should press forward.
They're swarms of snakes.
Why did it have to be snakes?
So there's 2 swarms of snakes just sort of sitting there, chilling right now. You guys are like around here. Did I move you? I did. There's like they're in different numerous shades and colors, from brown to green to black. They're just sort of chilling in the pit right now as you see a numerous amount of rat carcasses, and like birds and eggs and stuff, as they just sort of sit there chilling all amongst each other.
Someone's gotta have a fireball.
I've got Firebolt and Chaos Bolt and Chromatic Orb.
Wait, doesn't somebody have banishment?
That is a very high level spell. What are you on about?
No, it'll be fun. We'll just banish them away. And then...
Oh.
She's going fucking robot.
Yo, yeah, she's breaking them real bad.
We can go through, and then if they make a fight... Am I still breaking up?
Do you just throw out a Sacred Flame right away?
Yeah, not that one.
Okay. If everyone else can bring down their characters.
I can't. For some reason, it will not let me.
That's really... Alright. I always find that so weird. Is that where you want to be? Okay, Blanton, I was like, do you want to just jump right into the pit?
Yeah, no.
It's the snake pit.
I don't know how to bring my character down.
Right click. There you are.
Right click. Right click does not work for me.
You're
Oh,
on the board.
left click. I got you.
Oh.
Only the person left is Okara.
No,
Is-
okay. Fuck snakes.
All right. So you see you drop it right on this one.
Yep.
All right. Let me bring out the sneaky snakes character sheet.
Shouldn't I be in the front?
I mean, if that's where you want to be, I just put you down. You can move yourself wherever you want.
I think I let him in here though. Get up to
Alright.
the door. Okay, somebody else go first.
Dex
Is the
save.
Kara like sitting on top of my shoulder?
Jeez.
You are really
Right now?
robotic. Take your.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Uh,
Wow.
So there's no grid for this map because this map came with a grid. So if you guys can just like try and keep the boxes as much as possible. Each box is 5 feet.
Sounds good.
And yeah, and the ruler should still generally work in terms of light. And they do fail, so they take that good old 2 points of damage.
Super effective. Critical hit.
You drop
shit.
it. You
Oh
drop
god,
it right
that
onto-
wasn't very much.
You drop it right onto the pile of snakes and they begin a quick burst of radiant energy just sort of appears where they are, frying 2 of the snakes, and you watch as the 2 piles are obviously agitated. They all just start slithering on top of each other. It doesn't look like they are going to come up to meet you. So if you guys...
Oh fuck! If he's already casting Sacred Flame, I will cast.
Let's see. I think they do have...
I'll go ahead and cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level.
Guys, they're just snakes.
Right.
Fuck
That's why I used a
snakes.
cantrip.
They've got like 2 HPs.
No, because I hit it with 2 HP and it did that little tiny sliver of damage.
Oh.
Okay, fine. I'll do it at just 1st level. Does that make you guys feel better?
I mean, it's up to
To
you,
you,
man.
boo.
You do you, boo boo.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that. God damn it. We'll roll with it though.
Alright, 14. I keep closing their character sheet for some odd reason because my brain is dumb. That just barely hits. So which
And-
one were you aiming at this time?
The same one that he hit.
Alright, 12 damage.
Fire
So, let's
damage.
see. 12 fire damage.
Jesus.
So with that, I'd say they're agitated, but whoever wants to join in on the fight can roll initiative. Anyone want to sit back and just watch the proceedings can do so. Really, this is just a couple swarms of snakes. This isn't really a.
Cygnus 18.
All right.
5 or 7 for Mandardus.
18. Blanton 12. Mandardus 7.
Tree.
Josephine 3. 3 trees. Snakes. Where is their initiative? There it is. They have a 15. Initiative
No,
19.
okay, we're not saving the fucking snakes.
Hey,
Fuck
maybe you can
them
get.
snakes.
Maybe you can finally get a pet, Joe.
No, I draw the line at snakes.
You saved one of them, and then now you have a permanent supply of. Ooh, nice 24. Permanent supply of venom for Okara.
You better really roll high on like a persuasion check over there, Okara.
Okara just like Kara heard permanent supply of poison, and she started sweating.
Both, and I'm also trying so hard to be able to role play. I'm having a freaking Tourette's because you pick the one thing that's just I'm most afraid of in the world. It freaks me out of these things. So.
Oh, don't worry. I have plenty. Just what's the word I'm looking for? You should have seen the my other group is a little bit higher level. There was like this giant water snake that ate someone whole.
Nope.
I want to squeeze one, but I don't. But anyway, so
That's when you cast
Anyway.
fireball inside of the snake.
Anyway, let me get some. It doesn't need to be epic music. I hate whenever I look up battle music, it's always just like legendary epic music. But I'm like, you're just fighting a bunch of snakes. I need minor. I just need something a bit more uptone than.
Look up Indiana Jones. Snake scene.
There you go.
Jones snake music. Oh, there is a thing called this. That's so up. All right, but let's do it though.
Better.
Mushroom.
I showed that to the kids the other day. Oh my god.
They're all just legless lizards though. Anyway, Okara, you're up first as you see all these little slithery snakes just sort of like. Actually, I feel like they should be. There we go. Let's do this. Just so you
Oh
guys
yeah,
can get
no, that makes it so much better.
a good look at them.
Anyway, can I use assassinating for the one that?
Yeah, no, you're going before them, so if you hit, it's an automatic crit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do assassinate.
All right, which one are you doing it on?
Oops, the one that doesn't have any damage on it yet.
Okay, go ahead. Roll to attack with whatever weapon of your choice.
Okay.
So you have advantage because you're going before them.
I'm gonna use my short sword.
Your short sword.
Oh, I gotta move down. Sorry.
It's like you gotta get. If you mean you can, you want to move closer.
Yeah, let me get down.
Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I like how Okara is like up on top of a ledge as opposed to everyone else.
Yeah.
Like I sort of imagine
She's
her
like
gripping the
stabbing
ledge.
at it with her short sword
Okay.
up there.
I'm
so you
probably
did
gonna
get-
regret
Squatting
this.
up on the ledge.
You did get closer. All right.
I'm gonna regret this. I just know it.
All right. Go ahead. Roll to attack with your short sword. You have advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
Your turn.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck.
So you go in as you like jump down to combat the pile of snakes. As you reach down the pierce, you like legitimately flinch and like, "Ugh," and you just end up stabbing the ground as they part slightly.
Sounds
And,
about right.
How much feet did it take you to get there? No, that's all your movement, I'd say.
Alright, just kill me.
All right, Thrysis, you're up.
I have to actually do it again. Fuck. No, I don't want it at all.
I spare the snakes. Nah, it's okay. I understand. Misclicks and all that. All right. Yeah. Which one you aiming for?
The same one.
All right, they're not that big. I'm gonna make them
Not that it really matters.
a little bit smaller. There we go. I made them bigger so you can see the token, but that's about as big as they are. They take up one square, much like you guys. But also keep in mind, one square is about the size of a person, so that's how big this pile is. A dex save.
Wouldn't they take one damage either way?
What's your? No, with a cantrip, if they make the save, they take no damage.
Oh.
There is a, I believe there is an ability that Thrysis will get later down the line called Potent Spellcasting, which allows him to do half damage on cantrips. But that's a later spell. What's your DC 14? They just barely make it, and so you throw down the fire, and they've cotton on to your tactics this time around. Slickery, slithery snakes. Grim, you're up.
Is there do I have to climb down this ridge or is it short?
It is, I'd say it'd be an acrobatics check or athletics, your choice to jump down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use my rapier with, well, no, I gotta climb first. No, I'm jumping, so I can use it, right? I can pull it out.
I mean, you can pull it out, yeah. Like, essentially, the athletics or acrobatics, your choice is whether or not you fall on your face.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, well, let's try that first before I do anything else. Chow. 23.
Well, I don't know why you're... So, okay, so make sure you turn off the advantage when you don't have it.
Shit fire. Hold up. Let me reroll.
It's okay.
What did I actually get?
Well, you just roll twice. So just roll again. Normal, but flat.
Okay.
9.
You killed me.
Okay. This time around, like, you jump, however, your foot hits one of the banisters and it falls. You try and, like, use one of the banisters as a footing to jump down, but it's so old and rotten that it breaks beneath your foot and you fall, boop, there. You can use half your movement to stand up, but you also take...
Sure, let's do that.
You also take... Ooh, that's a big number. 5 points of falling damage.
Ouchie.
This is just a comedy battle of the night. As you all watch as Grim eats dirt as he falls right into the pit.
Total party kill incoming.
Yo, if I kill you all with snakes, I will feel so bad.
I will be pissed.
However, you can use half your movement to stand up, and the snakes are only like 5 feet away, so you can get closer.
Alright, let's do that, and then I'll just attack with my rapier.
Alright, no problem. Roll to attack.
See if I can fail this too.
Bless
you.
Jesus.
Got it.
17 hits, 13 damage. Nice.
Sweet. I should have done my right first. I'm an idiot.
You swing in, and like the snakes, you carve a good, like maybe about like half the snakes apart, as like half of these like this pile of snakes apart as you just like cleave right through them. Nice.
Die, bitches.
Anyway, after that, Signa, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna take a Hugh double-handed axe throw.
So you're taking Hugh and throwing it?
Yeah, these guys.
Alright, go ahead, roll to attack.
It's 20 modified.
20 modified? Yep, that hits, roll damage.
11.
11 damage. Alright. One sec, I need to double check something.
From henceforth, you will now be known as Hugh Lumberjack Man.
Hugh Lumberjack Man.
Should we find him some flannel?
And some Wolverine claws.
Shouldn't be doing that much damage. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Anyway, with you throw Hugh and it like does a wide arc, cutting off the last few heads of the snakes, killing off that swarm. But speaking of snakes, it is now their turn, and these snakes are going to go after the individual that attacked them. So they are going to use their swarm ability, which means they can occupy the same space as another individual. So, Akara, you watch as these snakes just sort of slither in underneath your feet, and they begin coiling and crawling up your legs and body. And like as you're trying to push them down, that causes them to react, and several of them take bites at you. So let's do their attack. Let's see. A 22. Does a 22 hit? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
So you take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you make it, so you only take... so you don't get poisoned, and you take... with the 4 piercing, you only take 4 poison, so you take 8 points of damage in total.
Okay.
As you like sort of manage to brush off the poison. However, you are currently being swarmed by the snakes. They're all over your feet, and they're trying to crawl, like sort of like slither up your legs and body. Blenton, you're up. You're currently seeing your teammate being overwhelmed by snakes.
All right, so I'm going to take the most direct path as far as you'll let me go to get down to it.
All right, if you want, you can try and make an acrobatics check. See if you can leap down there with ease without eating dirt.
All right, wait for this, because this is going to be freaking epic.
So, much like...
Trying his hardest, guys.
It seems like the dwarves are very flat-footed today, because it's sort of like... You guys, it's a weird sense of deja vu. Much like Grim before him, Blanton tries to use one of the banisters to, like... One of the handrails to, like, as a footstool, but they just break underneath him, and he falls and hits his head. I'd say right about there. So you're on your face, and you take only 1 point of falling damage.
That thick
You
skull.
use half your movement to stand up, and yeah, I'd say you can move towards her though.
Okay. So I can get that far, get right next to her?
Yep, that's utilizing like your stand up and the rest of your movement, but you got there. Not as graceful as you wanted, but you got there.
That's all right. And so I'm gonna take my my warhammer. It's versatile, so I'm gonna grab it with both hands and take a whack at these. Actually, how's that gonna work since they're on her? Can I do that without like
Let me
smashing
see
her?
the swarm ability. They're not on, like they're not all on her, and like you're just essentially, you can still attack it without attacking her. Yeah.
Gotcha. So here we go. Wow.
Natural one though. You like
I'm still dizzy from the head blow.
yeah, like your head's like still seeing stars, cartoon like Tom and Jerry style. It like can't really focus in, and you end up hitting this like a good solid 3 feet away from like any snakes. And Akara, you just sort of look at him like, dude, come on. Mandartis,
I need
you're
some
up.
help.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get down there to be a little more graceful.
All right, go ahead. Roll an acrobatics check.
9.
Third times it's happened today, y'all. Instead of using the banister, Mandard is like, nah, I'm going to just straight up do a running leap. But his foot gets caught on some of the broken pieces of the handrail that Plant and Grim had left him. So he makes it about like right there.
And Sparky flies up before I hit the ground, so he doesn't get hit.
And it's animal instinct.
Okay.
It takes 4 points of falling damage. You can certainly stand up and get closer, should you so desire.
Yes.
But
Okay,
once again, the job is done, but not that gracefully.
And I'll swing with my short sword.
Go ahead, roll to attack.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
You stabbed me.
So, once again, it's like,
You're
I don't know,
in jail.
the Three Stooges like moment. Everyone's like falling and just missing due to their due to post-fall head trauma. Josephine, you're up.
No, you guys look like you got this. I'm good. No. All right. Well, so I was gonna move to where Mandartis is, because that's about as close as I could get, right? Or can I move to the like?
If you want
Can I
to try and
Can I move there, or?
if you want, like I said, if you want, like, so essentially, if you want to do what with the 3 people before you have tried to have done and roll an acrobatics check and try and get down safely, you can. Or alternatively, you can use the stairs, but that's a much longer route.
That takes forever. No, we're gonna try to be fun,
All right,
like
go
the
ahead.
other people.
Roll me an
Acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics checks, please.
No, this is fine. This is fine.
I was gonna say 4 times the charm, but you get a decent
Wait,
running.
hold on. Am I still on disadvantage? I had to
No,
make
no,
sure.
that was
No,
that was
we're
straight.
good. Okay, we're rolling normal.
So
Just checking.
you take a running leap, and as you leap into the air, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make it, but you don't necessarily stick the landing, and you feel your legs buckle beneath you, and you slip and fall onto your rear end.
I'm perfectly fine, guys.
You take just 1 point of falling damage as you stand back up, and I'd say you can move like maybe 1 space forward and get into combat range.
All right, let's do it. Do I need to make a saving throw?
No, not at all. You just need to make an attack. They essentially have extra AC by being in the same space as.
No. I'm talking about because I have to use the black axe.
Oh, they have yet to hurt you, so no. Essentially, you hurt yourself with that.
Okay.
18 hits, 16 points of slashing damage. Nice.
Die. I'm just wildly waving the axe
You-
at them because I
like-
don't like snakes.
You just start like swinging and just like hitting as many snakes as you can, and sort of like taking the butt end of your axe and like poking them off of Okara as they're trying to slather up her. Speaking of which, Okara, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to disengage.
Okay,
move
that's your
back.
bonus action.
Yeah, and move back, and then gonna go ahead and shoot my bow.
How far back? Like 5?
It's 35 feet.
There you go.
Or 30, yeah. I want the hell away from him.
Or 25. Yeah.
Just as far as feasibly possible.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead. Roll to attack. You can get sneak attack, 10 points, and sneak attack damage because they're within 5 feet of opponent. You also had advantage on that by accident.
Oh, all right.
The other roll was a 10, so 2 plus 4. Just make sure, like, I understand it's like something that people forget, but like, you know what I mean.
Right, I just pushed it back.
14 points of damage. Nice. I know it's just one attack, but like for narrative's sake, you just start firing arrows rapidly, and you kill off like a bunch of like snakes, and you're like, get away, get away, get away, get away.
I want him dead.
Thrices, you're up. She killed off a decent number of snakes.
Let's try this one more time. Oh,
All
fuck
right.
me.
Dexterity save for the snakes. And they fail. And 4 points of damage is all that was left of them as you burn the last few snakes to a crisp. They go up in flames and they sit there simmering and burning.
Hey guys, lunch.
And with that, the fight is over.
I
Wasn't
would like to squeeze some poison out of them if I can.
Rolling a survival check.
All right.
250 for that little combat, by the way.
Ooh. That puts us at 2050.
Oh, actually, no, hold on. I think I calculated that wrong.
Oh my god.
150, because there was only 2. I initially planned for 3, but I'm glad I didn't.
So 2?
1980.
150. I like in my notes there was initially a plan for 3 snakes, but I decided to scale back for reasons, and sort of glad I did with how everything wound up tonight. But don't worry, there's more chances to earn experience. So 150. So just scale back the XP by 100. That's all.
1980.
Anyway, unfortunately, with how fearsome everyone is, it looks like all the usable poison glands have been either burnt or chopped up.
Okay, so what do we see around us now?
Currently, you're in just a normal, like, there are rat skeletons, like obviously the digested meals of all the of all like the what's I'm looking for, the snakes is you know, like past diet, but it looks to be a typical entrance into what used to be an old mine shaft.
Can I chop up some snakes for rations?
I mean, you certainly can.
Sweet.
So go ahead and add like maybe I'd say 1 day's worth of snake rations.
Sweet.
I'm looking at Kay's like words right now. Snakes shall win. Anyway, y'all are more than welcome to do whatever you want. Now with the snakes dead, I see Thrice is just deciding to take the long way around.
I would call it the civilized way around.
The one where you don't fall on your face. I think the only person to make that dex check was Okara.
Woo-hoo.
You got my sheet weird, or I've done something, I don't know.
Like, what do you think? Oh yeah, it went like the other sheet was glitching, so this is a new sheet. It's a little bit better. So
Okay.
just write in your miscellaneous notes. That's a good place for it.
Okay.
Do we see anything in the cave? Entrance
You
here?
see darkness. For those of you with dark vision, you see a decent entrance to the cave. Cobwebs and spider webs adorn. You see some old rusted pickaxes and of a long forgotten mine.
Sweet.
Thrisis. What do you cast light on? Just for
My
narratives.
holy symbol.
Nope, just for narrative sakes. Thrisis like takes off his holy symbol and casts a quick light on it and sort of just holds it out in front of him, much like a lantern, shining a decent amount of light for those of you without night vision capabilities, which I truly think is just Thrisis. Anyway, so you all see the entrance to the mine. What do y'all do?
Press on.
Alright,
I go
you
into
can-
the mine.
Into the
Yeah.
mine?
pushing your way into the mine. If that's what you all want to do.
Yeah.
Onward.
I don't see any reason why not to.
You begin pushing your way in deeper and deeper. What the fuck is my dog barking? You just keep pushing
Hold
deeper.
on.
What's up?
Oh, and sorry, I'm talking to Daniel.
Okay. No problem. You begin pushing your way in deeper and deeper into the mines. It's a slow progress. But thankfully not complex. It seems like those who made this just truly only had one goal: go straight. Well, not really straight, but there are no really diverging paths, and any that do don't go too far deep in. They go towards a nearby what used to be a deposit, take what they wanted, then kept going further. So it isn't really that complex. So you guys just keep pushing further and further in until eventually you guys are right about here.
Right about here.
Here, I'll pull down for those who can't. Sparky's on your shoulders, just sort of chilling.
Yeah, left clicking doesn't bring my character up.
I have no idea why, but it's okay. I'll do it for you guys. You should still be able to move your characters as you see fit, so put yourself in whatever marching order. I'm just pulling you all out as is right now, so configure yourself as you desire.
I shall lead the way.
Do you know the way?
I don't know. I figured we were tracking.
It's a
so-
very old meme.
Oh shit, that is an old meme. Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
We must protect the
know
queen.
Do you know the
We
way?
must have Ebola.
As you reach this part, however, you do feel a crunch beneath your feet, Grim, and you look down, and it is it's a bone. Not quite sure what it is since you've stepped on it, but it's suspiciously humanoid.
Interesting. I will take a look ahead and see what I see.
All right, go ahead. How further up do you want to go?
Let's see.
Anyone who wants to follow him, just move your tokens as you will.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What? While he's
Get
doing
to
his
there.
tracking thing, I'm gonna reach out and use lay hands to heal Okara back to full.
All right, Kara, that's about like to full for her. That is 8 points, so -8 from your lay on hands.
I just went to this first corner up here.
All right, now go ahead. You turn around, and as you peek around the corner, you see more bones. You see pickaxes, old crates now long forgotten to rot and mildew. It is. It looks like whoever was occupying this place left in a hurry, and there are bones and of old, long forgotten, time eroded skeletons littering the place.
Awesome. Did you say they looked human or humanoid?
They look humanoid, kind of hard to tell. Now you see so kind of hard to tell because there's no like sort of distinguishing features. But you see a mix of humanoid skeletons, some shorter than others, probably halflings and dwarves, toddlers, humans, and half elves, but all humanoid in terms of spectrum and make.
Awesome. Well, so far nothing, so I'll go to the next edge up here.
you look into and you see two diverging paths, one going left and one going right, with little ledges going like on each end. So like, see these little ledges? They're just like sort of like little drops, not too far, about like maybe 3 feet. Just keep that, just bear in mind for like stuff like that. Anyway,
Okay.
so as you are walking through, however, you get to see more of a obviously strewn panic and wilderness and shock, as like there are tons of like skeletons, some more armored than others. It looks like you recognize what could at least be perhaps local guardsmen, old and broken spears, short swords rusted to time and the dampness of the underground. But you see perhaps what might be your first clue. Littering the walls and ceilings of this cave are massive spider webs.
Awesome. All right, I'll relay what I see to the party. Let them know that we possibly may have to kill some spiders.
Lovely.
Lovely. All right. I shall press on.
Okay,
What do I see in this? Are there a bunch of anything moving in this general area?
From what you can
Here,
see, actually, roll a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Joe, Signa, y'all staying back like that far?
Is it?
I'm going to, while he's doing that, I'm going to just throw Divine Sense out there and see if I can tell anything.
I believe
not see
that
my
tells you if there's
perception.
fey, fiends, and aberrations, or fey, fiends, and undead.
Is my perception gone? Where did it go?
Did you click the perception button? I mean, you might just be lagging.
No, I mean
Try-
I have
try it again.
performance and then persuasion and then
Oh, okay, that's a problem with this sheet. Sometimes it does that. Here, hold on. I'll edit your sheet so you can have perception again.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you have? I think you had proficiency in it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I had like 5 proficiencies or something.
No problem.
I don't
Who's
remember.
proficient? There you go.
Sweet.
Just move that into the right.
Somewhere up
That's
here.
how you spell perception, William. You dummy. There you go.
Perception. There we go. All right, now.
What is Divine Sense? Do you mind outputting that, Blatten?
I can't click it.
There it is. You can't click it? You should. Did I bring you out of edit mode?
Nope, it's in edit mode.
Oh. There you
There
go.
we go. All right, now I'll click it. There, 18.
18. You take a look into the mine shaft and don't really see anything.
Oh, okay. Well, press on. Here we go.
And celestial fiends are undead. You do not feel any sort of sense. Your divine sense doesn't pick up on anything. Blanton?
All right.
Is everyone who wants to move moved? Shit, my screen's glitching out. Here, let me reload. I'll be back in a second. Oh. Watch game.
So if I gain an advantage on one of the skills that I already have advantage on, is there a double advantage?
No, you really just advantage is truly only just the one thing that you have.
Okay.
So is everyone who's wanted to move moved?
I'll move right about there.
Joe, Signa?
Hugh Lumberjackman is AFK, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, too
Hey,
No, well,
Hey DM, will you be an NPC of my character? I know I'm dealing with some shit from my ex-husband.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Thanks.
All right.
I'm still listening in. Just if you can play my character for a minute, that would be super.
No problem.
Yeah, it's picking me up though.
Okay. I
There we go.
understand. You guys go deal that stuff. Feel free to join back in whenever. Okay. That's you guys are currently Joe and Signa. I guess I'll bring up Joe and Signa's character sheets for myself then.
Wait, what did I miss?
Joe and Signa, Stebbins and Domenica have to leave because they're dealing with some stuff right now. So I will be autopiloting them until further notice.
I mean, you can. You're just fine.
However, back to the topic at hand. What would you guys like to do? You get in closer. You see two shafts, one to your left, one to your right, both leading upwards.
I'm pushing on, looking for any possible traps or anything along the way.
Go ahead. Roll a perception check.
Boom.
Nice. You don't see anything currently. You just see lots of still skeletons and spider webs and just remnants of what was obviously some kind of confrontation. However, with that perception check, you do know that it's the path on the left that leads you up and out towards your sort of exit.
Oh, towards the exit?
Yes.
Do I have any knowledge of what this cave looks like beforehand?
Roll a... What would this be? I'd say roll a nature check.
Nope.
Spider webs.
Okay. So
does
I'll relay to the party that the left path is the way to get where we want to go. And ask them if they want to go left or they want to take right.
Well, if left's the way to go, let's go left.
Agreed.
Okie doke. Continuing on.
What was your question, Mendardus?
But no, I was actually going to turn around and ask Mendardus if Sparky has any type of night vision capability.
No. He doesn't even have dark vision.
Yes.
Currently, Sparky is hiding within your cloak.
I'm gonna ask him, does he recognize this cave at all?
You get the feeling like Sparky sort of conveys the feeling like, no, my previous master only ever just went to the front door.
Oh. Do you know of anything that's in this cave that is there anything in this cave that you know of that we should be worried about?
I bring up the rear.
Oh, was that
That was Sigma.
okay. Sigma and Joe will be bringing up the rear. As you're asking Sparky this, Blanton and Joe's not here, but she can hear. You feel a sudden rush of cold air as the both of you turn around and see literally coming out from nothing, just sort of appearing in place behind you. These two ghostly white and blue spiders. They just sort of apparate behind you and then they lunge forward, taking their pincer attacks.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, that's a... Oops. You shouldn't see that. But 11 doesn't hit.
Can I, since they moved into melee range, can I take an attack of opportunity or?
No, that's only leaving.
Damn.
Wait, Joe, I believe, what's your AC? 15, so no, a 14 doesn't hit. Man, these guys had advantage and they couldn't hit for shit. So with that, you guys watch as these two beasts just sort of appear out of nowhere, take lunges, both Blanton and what's I'm looking for? Blanton and Joe managed to dart out of the side just in time, and they're just sort of sitting there like hissing, mandibles twitching in the air as combat begins.
Natural 20 on the initiative, so 28.
Natural 1 on the initiative. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Huzzah!
21 for Signa.
Oh,
Signa.
so that's 2 natural ones on an
Rolled a
initiative.
4.
Oh no, mine-
Dardis 21. What's Mandardis actual 20, so that's 22.
Yep.
Since Joe is currently out, I guess I'll roll for her. 19, nice. Nope, it's still. Nope. Kay's gotta go, but she has revealed what these are.
Now I need to look these up. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have my.
Alright, now it's time for the spiders' turns. Actually, I gotta pull them out again because I am a dummy and I tend to close things out before I need to.
Smooth.
They are actually that big, by the way. They're about the size of a horse. Oops.
That's a big spider.
It's a massive fucking spider.
As a more than. There we go. I fixed that.
That's a big old bitch.
All right, let's see. Mandardis, Signa,
Make it a
Josephine,
mount.
Spider, Kara, Rangram, Thrisis, Blanton. All right, everyone's ready. Mandardis, you're up first. As these 2 spiders just sort of peer.
All right. Fuck, that's an action. Okay, well wait. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at 2nd level at the one next to Blanton.
Mm-hmm. Roll to attack.
And it's plus my charisma.
Yeah, so +4 charisma and proficiency.
So 15.
15 hits. So roll damage. So that's 3d8, and the first 2d8 determines the damage type.
All right, so I will roll the first 2 and then roll the third. Oh shit! Drop that. Let's go
So-
with the 3 fire damage.
3 fire. So what's the total?
11.
11 points of fire damage.
Actually,
Nice. So
can I do that as twin spell?
okay.
No, I already called it.
I'll allow it for this time, but
Okay.
like, cause I know it's hard to keep track of like everything you got, but try and like call it out before
Yeah.
next time. Got it?
I got it.
So roll the second attack for the
It's
other
not
one.
gonna hit,
Sorry, bruv.
and that takes
Happens.
2.
So you prepare, like you shoot off the chaos bolts. One, oh, by the way, roll me a d20.
Shit. 4.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
2. I always gotta remember you're a wild magic sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Always slips my mind. You shoot out 2 chaos bolts and they go ricketing forward. One hits one in the face and like it sets off this screeching howl, sort of like sort of noise, and the other just sort of scrapes off the side of the cave wall since it was like a little bit further away from you, or like in terms of like angle. Signa is up. All right, with no, because they're currently away, I'm going to autopilot Signa, and I'll do the most optimal strategy, because I'm nice like that. He's going to flank with Joe, and they're just going to both try and team up on this current spider.
Hey, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, there he is. So what do you want to do? You're currently with Joe.
Let's do a double scimitar attack.
All right, do you want to move anywhere, or do you just want to, like, be where you are?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll stick there. I just want to do the attack.
All right, so you
If
have
I can.
advantage.
Is that at a lower?
It technically is, but it's not too much of a slope where you're at like a disadvantage. So it is so you have advantage because you're flanking. So double scimitars. Action bonus.
So 14 with advantage on that first one.
14 hits.
Oh,
So roll damage.
nice.
Not quite sturdy.
D6.
But they also have another ability which might come in later.
So 5.
5 points of
First one.
damage. Nice.
So 19, so it hits.
19 hits. Yep. Roll damage.
7.
7. Nice. Good 2 hits. And after that's your action bonus action. And I assume you don't want to move again because that would provoke an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
All right, it's Joe's turn. Is she able to do, or does she just want to attack? I'm assuming she'll want to rage and then attack. So that's what she'll do. She's got advantage because of close. 22 does hit, and 12 points of slashing damage. Nice. Despite Mendardus not having hit the second one, you all watch as Joe and Signa sort of like go into a sort of like tag team, and they begin slicing up the spider, cutting off legs and bits of it. It sets off, causing it to screech and wail in pain. It's now the spider's turns. This one is going to make a bite attack at Blanton. That's a 22 hit.
Yeah.
Alright, so Blanton, you take 7 points of piercing damage. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw as you feel a sudden pulse within inside of you.
Sucking
Oh,
spider.
nice. So you take, what's half of 15?
7.5.
So you take 7 points of poison damage. So you take, so it's 14. So you take 14 points of damage in total, and you're not poisoned. And the other spider is going to do the same to Joe. Because she hit him harder. 20 hits, so that's 12 points of piercing damage. She got maximum, but she is raging, so she only takes half. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw as a pulse of poison rockets through her body. Where is her Constitution? There it is. Ooh, natural 20 for Joe, so she only takes, what's half of 9?
It would be 4.
So 4 points. So she takes 4 points of poison damage and is not immobilized. And with that, as their bonus actions, you watch as both these spiders just disappear. Like, they don't even like skitter into the shadows. They just fade out of existence.
Awesome.
Akara, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to sneak attack and get the spider.
Okay, so are you aiming where
Actually, I'm
it was?
gonna use my bow and shoot the spider that's behind Blanton.
Okay, are you shooting at where it was? Because, like I said, it just sort of vanished.
Oh, I had my thing out.
1 second. I get it. I'm getting. I'll be back in a.
Okay.
Oh no, this is no bueno.
Sorry about that. Had to go handle something. What, Akara, what are you doing? It's your turn.
Sorry, I had a little bit of lag, but they disappeared all of a sudden on me.
Oh, it's
So
okay.
what I'm just gonna do is go ahead and just hold where I am and just whip my arrow and see if when they reappear again.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So you're holding your action and choosing to shoot with
Right.
your arrow whenever you see your opponent.
Right, when they pop back into view.
Oh, no problem. That's your turn. Grim, you're up.
I tell them we should move faster and continue forward towards the exit.
Okay, so you push forward. So you want to push forward?
Yep.
Are you just moving your movement, or are you dashing?
I'm just moving my movement.
Okay, so move however much you want. All 25. All right. Do you want to do anything
Follow
with your
me.
action? Do you want to do anything with your action? Do you want to hold your attack, or
Yeah, I'm gonna hold attack.
okay with what? Your crossbow or your?
I have my rapier out.
Okay, so you have your rapier if it tries to attack you directly.
Yep.
Thrysis, you're up.
I'm gonna hold guiding bolt.
All right, you hold guiding bolt, so you just get you say a quick prayer to your god, and your fist begins to glow with magical energy, and you have to focus as you hold your fist tight as it begins to shake, but you have it ready. Blanton, you're up. What do you want to do?
All right, I'm going to move just a little bit, kind of over here to this ledge, and yeah, I think I'm going to hold my Warhammer attack in case the spiders reappear.
No, excuse me, problem? Mandardus, you're up.
I'm gonna move up here next to Thrysis, if I can actually click the right thing. And I'm going to hold my action of Firebolt.
Firebolt. Use a bonus action before holding to. Yeah, you can. You certainly can, Grim.
Okay. And you said damage die.
Yeah, damage die nowadays.
All right. So 4.
Tip 4. Signa is up.
Just gonna make my move up to. Hold on, I might be on mute. No, I'm not on mute. Just gonna go ahead and make furthest move that I can. I think. Yeah.
Be about right there.
So let's go ahead and. Oh, Jesus.
You're gonna want to use snap to center, so that way you can it'll count each box. So that there's 30
Gotcha.
for you. One more forward. So do you want to hold an attack, or do you want to dash forward?
No, I'll hold an attack just in case they pop back out.
No problem. I'm gonna assume Joe's gonna want to do something similar. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Actually, I don't know what she had that on advantage by accident. So instead of counting the wrong one, I'll just have her roll it again. And she failed. So she currently has the only thing on her mind is killing the spider that hurt her. So she's going to move up. She's going to like sort of move up forward a bit. And she's going to prepare an attack with her axe. Just sort of get ready should anything get close. It is now the spider's turns. So
Get ready to unleash hell.
So anyone who is preparing attack, go ahead and roll it now if you are within range. So Blanton, Grim can't because they're doing melee attacks. Thrysis and what's his name? Mandardus can, and so can Joe. So I'm going to roll an attack from Joe.
Okara, once you're
I can
ready-
do.
Okara,
I can do Hugh too.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah, you can do Hugh. So if you want to roll Hugh's, so point out who are you attacking? Oh. Did Joe just join back?
Yeah.
All right, Joe, you're currently being assaulted by a giant spider.
I am trying to get my computer fired back up.
No problem. I've been autopiloting your character so far.
How bad am I dead? I mean,
18.
Guiding
Looking
bolt
up one spider pretty good.
14, 20. Yeah, that hits. So which one are you aiming for, Okara?
The one right in front of me.
The one by Joe.
The one by Joe. Okay, so
Right.
6. Those both hit. Oh, I'm on the GM info layer. Mandardus, you'd have disadvantage if you attack the one in front of you because it is right because that is a ranged attack.
I can bring him out.
Okay, well, then I'll roll my disadvantage real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to use Twin Spell on the fire. No.
why does it
You
keep doing that?
you can't for prepared attack.
Yeah,
you can't
no,
do sorcery points.
So it's a 16.
16. That hits.
Alright. 5.
5 points of damage. You and I guess it'll be normal because of guiding bolts. However, the two of you work in tandem. Despite that, the two of you work in tandem together to guiding bolt slams into this fire, lets off a horrendous screech as you shoot off one last bolt as its mouth is open and mandibles are open. You shoot one bolt of fire into its mouth and it cops on it, killing it. And Joe gets an attack against the thing with her axe. And hits, also killing the beast in one solid swipe.
You know I can handle it.
Oh, I didn't realize you were back, like, totally.
I had a 21.
That's a great
ready to
roll.
go.
We'll keep it.
But
It's all good.
after your one quick ambush handled, you guys are sort of like gasping for breath, but you have survived. All right, where the fuck is the experience? 200 for each person.
2180.
So, what do you guys like to do?
Do we want to take a slight rest and just chill so we can kind of recuperate what we can before we go into this big ass fight that we know we're getting ready to go into?
Is there anything cool these spiders might have?
Roll an investigation check.
19.
19. You do see a few stray, what's I'm looking for? A few stray bits of coin. You find maybe about like 5 gold pieces. You managed to scrape together 5 gold pieces in terms of silver and copper off the ground. But on them, no, it just seems like they were just sort of chilling here, living here.
Do they have any poison?
You can take a testament from both Blanton and Joe, who have taken head-on hits. They do have poison.
I would like to try and see if I can squeeze some out in the vial again.
Roll a survival check.
Oh, the poison.
You reach up to the first one, and as you get the vial ready, you just sort of you put it into its fangs, and like your deafness is not so good with your hands after shaking after being attacked, and you snap the first one's like poison mandibles off. There's still the second one. Yeah, one more try.
All right, come on, come on.
You managed to get half a bottle, so you get 1 application of spider venom. So go ahead and
I'll
write
take
that down,
it.
and I'll tell you how much damage it'll do whenever you do it.
You should totally lick it.
So you have 1 application of spider
Okay.
venom. Man, that went a bit faster than I thought it would. Maybe there should have been 3. Oh well.
So, do we want to take a slight rest and chill out for a second before we go fuck up these orcs?
Sure. I mean, what if
I
I catch
still
up
have-
with them? I'm an orc. Half orc, but still.
I mean, I've got everything. I haven't used any specials or.
I was just asking in general.
If you need to rest, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I only need 4 hours so I can regain everything.
Yeah, if we need to rest, let's do it.
Alright.
So you're resting for an hour or 4 hours?
4?
4
Okay.
1 hour chunks.
That's a short rest for everyone else and a long rest for Mendardus.
What?
Because everyone needs 8. Mendardus only needs 4.
I thought it was all half elves and elves.
Nope. Just elves. Just full elves. Only half elves need an 8-hour rest.
Oh. Gotcha.
And I believe Okara... is Okara a full elf?
I'm a wood elf.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she only needs 4. But I don't think she's used anything. I mean, she's gotten healed,
No.
so...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
So we don't gain anything back on a short rest if we're not an elf then, right?
No. Well, a short rest is typically 1 hour. If these guys want to, like, squeeze out 4, they can do a full rest. However, that's up to y'all.
I'm just thinking about myself being half health.
If you do a short rest, you get to roll your hit dice. You get to spend them, and you gain them back after a full rest. But you get to spend them and roll that much in terms of like healing.
All right, so we're gonna take the 4 hour short rest deal, or well, we're gonna take the 4 hour rest, or what are we doing, group?
It's up to y'all. I mean,
Is this area? Can I see this area real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, you can scout up ahead if you want.
Okay. Because is it an exit or just an end?
You keep pushing a bit further, and eventually the path narrows and narrows and narrows into one solid narrow path, and eventually you have to get onto your like hands and knees and crawl. But eventually you do poke your head out, and you find yourself within the stable area of the castle, and the smell is horrendous. This is where they've been keeping the ogre, and it's been sitting here, just sort of living life.
No. Do I see anything noteworthy before? Just while I'm poking my head out.
Just
Anything
a
I
lot
need
of,
to know?
just a lot of, like from your current. Actually, roll a perception check. Your current point of view is right now just a lot of ogre crap, but you can see.
Wouldn't that be with
Just a lot.
advantage, knowing what from Sparky's flyby earlier?
No, not really, because this would be more of a trying to see what's in the immediate vicinity. He
Okay.
knows, like he might know the layout, but he's still just trying to see what his eyes can see from this current point of view.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just you see the ogre off to the side sleeping, just sort of like no, not really sleeping. This would be more like midday at this point, just sort of chewing on like the hind leg of some sort of beast. You see a couple of ogres walking back and forth, but really nothing of interest.
Okay. I'll run back
ogres,
and
I meant orcs.
orcs. Okay. Run back to the party and let them know that there is a way out. It's a narrow passage, and I have physically seen the orcs.
Lovely.
Lovely.
How many did you see?
What was that? Nice or three?
You saw one ogre and a couple of just orcs just sort of walking by patrolling. That's all you could see at the moment in time.
Okay. So I'll relay that to the party.
So what's the call, guys?
So yeah, I'm cool with hanging out for a minute now that we know what's ahead.
Okay.
I'm good with that too. Sounds like a fight ahead.
Ooh, a tunnel.
This is still the tunnel you're in.
Okay. So I think we're gonna take. Are we taking the full, or are we taking 4 hours or just an hour?
Whatever. My short rest button wasn't working.
So okay, what short rest means is essentially what it'll like.
Yeah, I thought it would
it'll like
roll a die for me.
no, you click the hit dice. You see that little D8? You click that button right there. What clicking short rest will do? There's a lot of all the stuff on your side. There's like abilities and stuff that will recharge on short rest. Those will bring those abilities back to full. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And
Like
my
your blood maledicts, I believe, come back after a short rest.
Yeah, they do. I think.
So like if you click short rest, the short rest button, it'll refill the blood maledict chart back to full.
So are we doing the 4 hours?
I'm okay with anything. I'm fine. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, 4 hours. So
So those of you who want to do a short rest, who are doing the short rest, if you want to heal hit points, if you go to the little hit dice box, click the D button, the D6, the D8, the D12, what have you, and when that rolls, that'll be the amount of health you regenerate. You can spend as many as you want, but just keep in mind you only recharge I think half during a full rest. So next long rest, if you use all of them, you only have like one.
Are you
hit
reading
die.
any of this?
So my subtraction button on the HP doesn't work.
Where are we looking at here?
I should be
It should.
9 HP down.
So no, what you do is you want to minus it from here.
Where?
So this is subtraction from like maximum. So that means your hit points shouldn't go past 36. Past 32,
Oh.
36 minus 2. This is right here is where you subtract your health.
I don't know where right here is.
Like here in the center, this is your current health. And this is did you like write your crossbow too or something?
No. I got 5 falling damage and then my right damage.
So that means so like you see the center in the heart, that's your current health, and so you minus, and so that'd be what, 20?
Oh, yeah, I should have 27.
And then there, so this is only for like this little minus right here is only for like your right. That's 36 minus maximum hit points. That's right there. Your maximum is right in there in the middle.
Okay, cool.
And this little plus at the top is for temporary hit points.
Okay, well, my so the right damage, taking a short rest will get rid of that.
So Blanton, you take you heal back 14 hit points.
Yes.
So here's my question for you guys. It's currently 9:40, 10:40 for y'all. Do you want to keep pressing forward for tonight, or do you want to save the rush on Cragmaw Keep for next week?
I don't care.
I'm good with rushing it now.
You can we'll come back post rest. I know, like, you know, it's an hour later for y'all, so it's like 10:40, encroaching on 11:40, and I can tell you right now, it's not a long fight, but it's not a short fight either.
Like I said, I'm good with pushing on, but I'll go with what the group says.
It's not going to be a drag. It's not going to be like Venom Fang's fight where it took up the entire session, but it might drag depending on events and stuff. So if you guys want
deaths. Honestly, I'm exhausted, but after what I've been dealing with email wise, I'm not going to be able to sleep, so we might as well just press forward.
I'm okay with that. I don't have to be up early in the morning. It's up to you guys.
I'm easy. Let's do it.
Okay.
Signa Thrisis?
Daniel, darling.
I made my wife's not falling asleep. Never mind.
Oh, bullshit. You can fall asleep in 2 minutes.
I've been sleeping this whole time.
I've been asleep since the beginning. Heart. Are you good? Are you cool with pushing forward? It might be a bit, or we can just pick this up next session.
Apparently he's a doctor and a lawyer.
This is a decent stopping point, and y'all can just get right into the assault on Cragmaw. I know it's like 11:40 for everyone but me, because I think I'm the only butthead, right?
10:40.
It's 10:40 here.
10:40 is what I meant to say. I know it's 10:40 for everyone going on 11, but I am, what's it called? Central Standard Time.
So, Hart, are you good with pushing on?
No, I think he's saying stop.
Hearty poo. I can't hear him.
No, you're really low.
Yeah, you're super low.
Like low.
I have
Low.
I heard him say something.
You know, he's probably left to try and reconnect. Oh, there he goes.
Hello.
There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know what was going on there. I was like trying to connect or something, but I'm good to keep going.
Okay, so if everyone's good to keep going, we'll push on. So after the 4-hour rest, all of you sort of wake back up and poke your heads out. Who wants to lead the way?
I will.
All right, so you poke your head out into the sort of like area in the stable once again, and with the 4 hours passing is encroached into evening. The ogre is dead asleep, and you see a couple of orcs just sort of like milling around, arguing with each other. Move you guys right here. You guys are essentially in this building right here. There's no like open area, but so you guys like sort of push yourself out one at a time out of the little hole in the ground, and like you all are sort of, actually I would like a stealth check from everyone as you all push yourselves out into the stable area.
Oh,
Where's the stable?
Like right back here. I know it's like there's a roof and all, but it's just it's a hollow stable area. 18.
Wait for this. Stealthiest dwarf you've ever
19.
seen. Boom.
You rolled at disadvantage. You both rolled at disadvantage.
Why? Wait a minute, what? How do you know that?
Because you have a red dot next to your name.
Because they're wearing heavy armor.
Oh.
What? What?
That makes
Why
it
am I wearing
automatic
heavy
for them.
Oh.
Or you're wearing scale, I believe. You're wearing medium armor, but that medium armor also causes disadvantage. There are some medium armors that don't. There's some that does, and yours does. I believe Cigna is also wearing chainmail. I believe it's scale mail. That's what Thrisis is wearing. It's scale mail causes disadvantage.
Dun dun dun.
So as we come out of the hole, I yell really loud, "We're here, boys!"
He got pissed and left.
Did Stemmons leave?
No, he's back.
I had to reconnect.
Why is it saying scale mail is 16? It should be 14.
It says 14.
Oh, it says 14 plus dex. That's what I meant to say. That's why it says 16. It's plus his dex plus 2. But it does give disadvantage on stealth checks. So 14 plus 2. Blanton's wearing plate mail or chain mail, I think. So he has disadvantage. I also believe Cigna is also wearing. So everyone put your tokens like about right here.
I still can't put mine.
Yeah,
Hey, why?
About right where?
Right
Okay.
there. Where I'm
Hang
putting
on.
tokens right
I
now.
got it. I got it.
Order yourself.
I don't know what
As
I
you
need to do to
desire.
fix that.
I don't know. I don't know why it's behaving. I don't know why it's behaving like a rotten child.
Yeah, he let me move my token the very first time, and since then I couldn't.
It's okay though. Not that big of a deal.
I can move it, I just can't place it.
You guys
Move that
pop.
too.
Because he has to actually do the action first before we can file for anything.
Are you guys
Okay.
sure? You sure? I mean, if you're dealing with like honestly, if I understand.
no, no.
Oh, this is a Tuesday for us, man.
Hold on.
Literally, this is a Tuesday.
If
for
you'd
us,
like
so
to hear about it, we can totally dish. But like,
No. It's not that I don't want to hear about it, but like if it's distracting you.
no, you're fine.
Oh, we're still paying attention. I'm just trying to instigate and start shit now because I can't stand stupid people that act like they know what the fuck they're talking about.
Okay, just want to make sure. That's all.
We're good.
Anyway, unfortunately, the the smallness of the hole causes everyone to like sort of push each other and jostle, and eventually more noise is made than what you all would have liked, causing the ogre nearby to turn its head, look at the small group of weirdos who have just come out of a hole, and let out this bellowing cry, essentially sounding the alarm as like the other sect of orcs that are just sort of milling around just sort of like lurch up, grabbing their weapons, and I guess we'll roll initiative.
Perfect.
You know, should we maybe have the orc go first, just to maybe be like,
me
oh,
orc too."
hey, what's up, new recruit? How's it going? Just gonna throw that out there.
6.
Why is it saying that I can't roll
There we
initiative?
go. This is. You need to like click your highlight your character.
Yeah, I did. Come on now.
6, you said, Mandartis?
Yes.
You rate personality traits.
Come on, dum-dum. You can do this.
I got you, Josephine. Just roll physical.
got it.
Just roll physical. Okay, there you go. You got it? Sweet.
There we go.
Who's missing? Mandartis. I believe Cigna.
You need
What?
to
No,
roll.
do I have to put my initiative?
I'm
If you
poking.
want to roll
That's okay.
physical, just roll physical. Just let me know.
316.
16. I need to get character seats ready. Alright. Cragmaw Castle. Ogre. Initiative. Oh, well, it's alright.
Nice.
I'm
He's
okay
not-
with him going last.
He is not that fast. However, it is now time for the Beast Bloods.
2. No.
I guess this will be.
I don't know how to change.
All right, so going up first are the Beast Bloods. You watch as these orcs, like, they look very different from what's the word I'm looking for? Very different from Joe. They're taller, rougher, more muscular, and their skin is a paler, sickly-looking green. Their tusks, like Joe has like the tusks, but these tusks are larger, more jagged, similar to a beast's. They're like similar, like less to an orc and more to a boar. There's something about these orcs that just don't look right, and they're going to. Also, these two are going to rush, and these two don't have enough movement to get to you, so they're only going to move about this much. So this one's going to go. I'm going to actually make it random. So. No, that's a repeat, so I'd make it 2. Okay, so one against Blanton and one against Signa. They're both going to make their attacks against you. So Grim does a 22 hit.
Yes.
No problem. So you take 6 points of slashing damage, and Signa does a 15 hit.
No.
All right, so Blanton, Blanton. I don't know why I said that, but Grim, why did the music stop? Grim, one of the orcs comes careening towards you, axe raised. And he swings it down, and you manage to dodge out the side, taking a glancing blow. Signa, you bring your swords up into an X shape, and the axe slams into it as you block. Now, next it's your turn.
It is my turn, isn't it?
It is your turn.
Are we on a roof, or
No,
are
you're-
we like in this building?
You're in the building. It's it's less of a building and more of like 4 posts holding a roof. It's a stable.
Okay, but we can see this guy.
Yeah, you all can see each other. It's fine. There's no building. I just don't have like a map where the roofs are transparent.
Okay.
You all are inside the
Yeah, I'm front line. These two guys are next to us. I am gonna. If I move to flank either one of these guys, they get an attack of opportunity, or how did that work on the last one?
Only if you move out of their range. So if you move there, you're good. But if you move anywhere beyond their range of attacking, they get an attack of opportunity.
So if I move here, I'm good.
There'd be an attack of opportunity there.
Oh,
You're leaving
okay.
this guy.
All right.
You're leaving.
Gotcha.
This guy's
So-
range.
Then I guess I'm gonna.
You'd be leaving this guy's range.
If I move anywhere, I am leaving.
No, you just
That
gotta
only-
go behind them.
Yeah, the only place where you wouldn't be leaving would be behind them. But off here, you'd be leaving someone's range.
Then I go behind them. Now, do I have to do like an acrobatic or something?
No, it'd be like taking half your movement to push past them. But you do manage to make it, so because you're not going too far. But you barrel past them, pushing them aside and getting up a flanking position.
All right, I'm gonna go after this guy with double scimitar.
All right, go ahead. Roll to attack. Double attacks.
First one, 19, and that's a crit from me.
Oh shit, you're a champion. You are. So roll 2 d6s and add your dexterity. That's your damage.
Oh, 6. 3. So
12.
12.
So 12 points of damage. Nice.
For 1.
On the same guy, or are you going for the another one?
No, same guy.
All right, go ahead.
19.
To hit total? Yeah, that hits.
Yep.
9.
9 damage. Nice. You take your sword and you push it into the beast, like into the orc's back. He lets out a roar of pain, and as he's screaming, you slash against his back. He looks really rough. There's his health bar right there. That is your turn, unless you want to keep moving.
No, I'll stay put for right now.
All right, Grim, you're up.
Sweet.
Where's your character sheet? Because you asked me to do that real quick.
Yeah. Can I transform and invoke the right on my unarmed strikes?
Of course you can.
Sweet.
So you all, I don't have a hybrid token for you, but you
Alright.
roleplay it. You all watch as like Grim, his eyes begin to shift and twitch, and he begins to take up a different mannerism. You all look at him, and he starts acting less like the dwarf you know, more like a cornered animal. His fangs, like his teeth, grow into fangs. His like back begins to burst in muscle. Claws begin to extend from his hands. Fur begins to burst out from his neck and beard until it encompasses most of his face. Until you see what can only be described as a sort of hybrid wolf dwarf standing in front of you, snarling and growling.
Is he actually as tall as us now?
He's the size of a normal human now.
I didn't know you were a puppy.
It's a good pup.
I tried to pet him. No.
By pet, she means tame.
That's your reaction to your companion becoming a wolf person. So that's 3 points of damage to yourself to invoke the right on your claws.
Yep,
Do as you wish.
I did that.
You still have your. Actually, I don't think you is it an action to transform?
Hang on, let me read.
I think it's a bonus action to transform, but you can't invoke the right on your claws.
Okay, so bonus action to transform, but I can't do the right yet.
Yeah, you can't do the right yet. You can do that next turn, but you can still
No.
attack.
No, never mind. It says as an action you can transform. So I
Okay,
can,
so
I'll
you've
do what I
done your
did.
you've done your action and bonus action.
Yep.
But you can't attack this turn.
Yep.
However, you're transformed, ready to rock and roll. Josephine, you're up.
Okie dokie. Let's see. So the troll isn't actually. Wait, hold on. Oh no, these two guys are not our party. Okay, so this dude right here.
He's looking really rough.
Good. He go bye. Peace.
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately. Just barely misses. You swing, and he takes his arm and bats off the axe aside and looks at you and just sort of like wipes the blood from his like lips and just sort of like grimaces at you.
Do I get a token with the lightning?
If you rage, but that's your bonus action to rage, so you can do it next turn.
Yeah, let's rage. That'll
So
be
you,
fun.
in response to his cockiness, you let off a roar of anger, and you all watch as like lightning sort of surges through Joe's veins, quite literally. So you can click that rage button and bring
For
your
some
rage
reason,
down.
I was gonna say I pulled it up to click it, and it was already clicked.
So it's probably clicked from last thing. So, but bring your rage down from 2 to 1. Do you want to move it all?
Oh, gotcha, right there. Okay.
Also, don't if you want to don't forget to if you have reckless attack. So if you want to, you can use that. It means it gives you advantage, but every attack on you has advantage as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just gonna move. Well, let's see, because I can come and flank like that, right?
Yeah, so you'd still be in this guy's range, so you wouldn't be. You're not technically flanking. You need to be opposite, like
Well,
these
if
guys.
somebody else wants to come and go right here, then we'd be flanking and they'd have advantage, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I'll be there.
Blanton, you're up.
Alright, so I'm going to use my 25 feet of movement to come right here next to the oak.
You provoke an attack of opportunity from this guy right here. That's okay.
Oh, I can't, like, move back behind along the wall and then.
Oh, actually,
up?
yeah, you're right. Just the diagonal movement got my attention. But yeah, you 100% can do that. So your turn.
Okay.
Keep going.
Alright. And still using the two-handed grip on my warhammer, I'm going to take a swing at the ogre.
Okay, keep in mind, if you're doing two-handed grip, you don't have your shield, so edit that into your character sheet, so your AC would actually be 16, not 18.
Okay, well then never mind. I'll stick with the one-handed version. Because that's way too much work.
No problem. 22 hits, 11 bludgeoning damage. No problem, Grim. It's important to your character.
Okay.
Sorry that it's like that.
Oh, that's fine. I was trying to figure out how to change it and I don't know.
It's not an issue.
Hey,
Okay.
So that hits 22 points and 11 bludgeoning damage.
and I'm going to spend a spell slot and use Divine Smite.
All right, so go ahead, roll 2 more d8.
Wow.
Whoops.
Shit.
But it's still a decent strike. You take your warhammer and you manage to slam it straight into the ogre's giant belly. You watch as ripples of fat go, boo, 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 boo. And the hit takes it, and the ogre looks down at you and like sort of snarls. All right, Question Mark's turn. Now that it's his turn, I can name him.
Oh wait, so I'm a little confused, real quick. I thought we were on like that was a rooftop and these were buildings.
No, you were underneath it.
Okay. So where was the ogre then? Sorry.
To the one next to us.
Okay.
So you're underneath it. I'm sorry, it's a bit confusing, but I don't have a map where they were transparent. So.
No, you're fine. I didn't know I could attack the big fat dude.
Oops, shit! I named Warg 10. Warg is supposed to be 10. There we go. There we are. So.
Wait, there's 2? Oh shit.
Coming from here is the armored individual, is the armored orc from before. He has a long, nasty cleaver-looking longsword on his back. He steps out of the thing, looks, snarls, and he's going to march right there. Actually, march to this tower right here. And as his action, he's going to reach down to like what looks to be a cage door, throws it up, and you all watch as 2 disgusting looking beasts sort of come out. They limp out. They look like they're covered in pustules and pus, and there's like some sort of green vile liquid. They look to be wolves, but they seem to have been pumped full of like some kind of disgusting disease.
Cute.
All right. The wargs coming out. That's their turn. Mendardus, you're up.
I am going to go ahead and step away from everybody to right here. And I'm going to cast...
Also, I forgot to mention, there's also those 2 little scrolls that you have in your treasure, so don't forget that.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about those. I forgot all about those. Oh well. I will use those here in a minute. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at 2nd level, Twin Spell, at the 2 orcs that are not engaged right now.
All right, go ahead. Roll your first attack.
first attack.
Bottom or top first attack?
Top for first attack.
All right. What's the hit?
I'm gonna go ahead and use Ties of Chaos because that was a natural one.
Speaking of which, roll me a d20.
For that roll, it's a 3.
All right, you're fine. All right. So use your Tides of Chaos.
And a 13.
13 hits. Roll your 3d8. 2d8. First 2d8 chooses the damage type.
Alright, first 2d8 are...
And tell me if it rolls doubles.
It does not.
Okay.
We're gonna do cold damage on him.
Okay.
And so that's 11 points on him.
11 points. Nice. Second attack roll.
It's not gonna hit. Unless 7 hits for some fucking reason.
No, unfortunately it does not. So you prepare your twin spell and shoot off once again. The first bolt of cold lands while the second goes careening off and like hits the sides. The two orcs flinch. They turn towards you and they snarl.
Do I have to roll a d20 again because I used Tides of Chaos?
No, essentially the twins counted as the same spell, so you're good.
No.
Next.
I was talking about because I have to roll a d20 when I use magic, and then Tides of Chaos.
Well, the Tides of Chaos happens next time you use magic.
Ah, okay.
So you use your Tides of Chaos now, and the next time you cast a spell, Tides of Chaos takes effect.
Okay, gotcha.
Okara, you're up.
Okay. Since Fat Bastard from Austin Powers has not attacked anybody yet, can I go ahead and assassinate with my bow, or do I have to be up close to do that?
You can choose either, but since you're going before him, you can assassinate him. Yes, up to you though.
Okay, I am going to assassinate him. Then, after I do that, I want to disengage, and then stay where I am.
Okay, so go ahead, roll your attack. See if you hit. 12. But 12 hits.
Awesome.
So go ahead, roll another d6. So roll more d6. For. Okay, so 6. Okay, so 6 because I'm not adding the 4 because it's only double the dice. So 6 plus 4 plus 4. So that's 14, and now roll your sneak attack twice. 5, 9.
Holy shit!
So 28 points of damage.
Sweet.
Nice.
Not bad. That's the power of the assassin, boys. You take aim with your bow, and the loud twang fills the air as it slams into like the throat of the ogre. It like starts coughing and like pulling at the arrow, but its big meaty hands only ends up splintering the shaft and pushing the head further in as he watches it cough and gargle blood. So you say you want to hide somewhere because you're not in combat with anyone, so you don't have to disengage.
Okay.
So if you just need to choose a decent place to hide.
Alright. Right here.
Alright, roll me a stealth check. As that happens, Thrysis, you're up.
Jesus fuck.
You're gone. Your friends forget you exist.
Poof.
Oh, there we go. I was muted.
Nope, sorry, that happens. So, what's your plan? What you doing, brother?
Of course.
Alright, Flaming Sphere. However, that is a constant thing, so who are you attacking it with? Who are you throwing it against?
I'm gonna put it on this guy for now.
So he needs to roll a dex save.
Yep.
14.
Ogre. Dex save. Did not make it. So it's only a glancing blow. However, as long as you desire, that flaming sphere is up, and you can move it as a bonus action. So it's essentially just a big old ball of fuck you that you can move around. And he takes 2 points of fire damage, but the ball, like, you point out, and the ball shoots out, first taking the form of a wolf before reforming back into a ball and getting a glancing blow off the ogre. Anyway, do you want to move anywhere?
I already moved. I'm good.
Alright. It's now the ogre's turn. He can't find the person that put its arrow in its mouth. So it's not a smart beast, so it's just gonna attack the first thing it sees. You watch as it reaches down on the ground and picks up what must have been the pillar, like an old wooden pillar of something else from the castle, as it swings it down on top of you, Blanton.
Bring it.
Does a 18 hit?
18 is my AC.
So it hits. So you end up taking 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel this club smack onto your back, and you feel your shoulder blades just sort of cave in. It lets off this roar of frustration and just sort of like, and spittle and like muck just like fills your face and beard. Grim, you're up.
Alright, I would like to attempt an attack.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, which one?
This guy's full. This guy's looking bad. This guy has full health.
Okay. Do they still have like a cleave type of thing with these?
They have a cleaver. No, these guys have like great axes. This is the one with the cleaver-like sword.
No, I mean, do I have to take actual cleave if that's even still a thing?
No, you just attack.
Okay.
You just attack with
Alright.
the claws.
I shall attack with,
Who do you attacking? The injured guy or the non-injured guy?
this guy's looking pretty bad. Injured.
This guy looks pretty bad.
Oh, sweet. I guess I'll attack him with the first one, and then the other guy with the second one.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do have a bonus action. Okay. Do keep in mind that as a bonus action attack, you don't add your you don't add your modifier to the damage. So, anyway, roll to attack.
Shit, I thought I did.
Is it lagging? Or is it in... Did I leave it in edit mode, like a dummy?
Nope, we're good. Bam. And bam.
It's lagging.
Oh, motherfuck, hang on. I'll just
Oh, do you have it on self?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Well, I can send you what I had
Oh,
myself.
25. Nice. Okay, roll that right of this crit. Roll that right of the storm again. So that's against a guy that's already, like, dead.
Oh, roll the right again?
Well, I mean, you would, but this is against a guy that's already dead, so he only has 1 HP. So you take your bestial claw and you, like, scorpion style punch a hole right through his chest, hold his heart, crush it, and rip it back out.
Sweet.
Alright, roll you to attack on the other guy.
Do you just want what I rolled the first time, or just roll it
No,
again?
you have to roll a second attack for the second guy, for your attack.
I know, I meant the one I rolled to myself.
Oh, no, I need to see it. 15 hits, though. Minus dex from the damage, so only 4 from the dice, but another so it's still good, though. Do you want to move?
Let's see. She's over here, so yeah, let's move there.
Okay.
Let's move closer to the ogre.
That is your turn.
Then try to get a better advantage on this guy, I guess.
Alright. Signa, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna move in and. Well, I'm flanked on this guy right now. Still. This one.
With
Should
Grim
be.
being there? Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
I moved.
Okay. Alright, I'll do a double scimitar attack on him.
Alright, go ahead, roll 2 double attacks.
So 16 for the first one.
16 hits, roll damage.
4.
4, nice.
Uh, 23.
23 hits, roll damage.
7.
7, nice. So he's looking real rough.
I will intern.
Intern. It is now the Beast Blood's turn. This one who was hit is going to use his aggressive trait, and as a bonus action, sprint towards Mandardus. This one who wasn't hit is going to move in on Joe and try and flank her with his buddy.
Bitch.
Who left? Oh. Alright, so Thrysis.
What?
Oh, not Thrysis. Mandardus, my bad.
Uh-huh.
Does a 13 hit.
Let me ask, is he... if I was to use my reaction to cast shield, would that help?
Yes, it adds 5 to your AC.
So then I'm gonna use my staff and use shield, which would make my AC an 18. Or no.
Yep, 18. So you hold the staff and you watch as what's I'm looking for? Sparky crawls along the staff, and both Sparky and that staff's magic combines and creates a shield that just causes the battle axe to spark off of it. Not typically how Sparky works, but I like to put that in for flavor.
Why not? 2 charges. Okay.
So, does a 16 hit, Joe?
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
I think so. I think my yeah,
AC
my
15. So you take, since you're raging, you take only 4 points of damage, but I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
She about to be pissy and kill the motherfucker.
Oh, you make it. You feel the rage. You feel the boiling rage and tunnel vision begin to fill your mind, but you shake it out so you can focus on whoever you want.
Oh, I get a
Speaking
focus
of
on
which-
whatever I want.
Speaking of which, Josephine, it is your turn.
I was gonna say yay. Okay, how much does he have? I can't see his.
How far?
There we go. Oh yeah, let's just kill him. So we go after our gentleman.
22 hits, and with a quick slice, you cut his head off.
Now, can I use the lightning action against this dude?
Yes, you can. He's in 5 feet of you.
Nah.
So roll a d6.
Oh, gee.
He makes the save, however, you can't half one, so he takes 1 point of lightning damage.
Ooh, no.
As a little static charge hits him.
I shuffle my feet across the floor after slashing the other guy, and I poke him with my finger.
Alright, Blanton, you're up.
Alright, so I shake off the previous blow, pick up my Warhammer mug, and take another swat at this thing.
Alright, go ahead, roll to attack.
Ow.
A 9, unfortunately, does not hit. It just hits his stomach in a big rippling wave of fat just sort of cascades across it. He looks down at you and just...
Alright, I'm gonna sit tight.
It's the Orc's Chief's turn. He's too far from everyone, and he doesn't have the aggressive trait. But what he does have, so he's gonna move, is he has his war cry. He's gonna let out this long bellowing. He yells at the top of his lungs, and as he does so, you feel a sort of bolstering amongst his allies. They all stand up straighter. They grip their weapons tighter. All of his chosen allies have advantage this turn. Speaking of chosen allies, the wargs are up. They're gonna go after. Actually, I'm just gonna roll for it. Let's see who they can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have who I want in mind. 2. And nope, not another 2. They really want you to.
Let me guess, that's Joe.
No, that was Signa. Anyway, this one's going to go for Signa. Or at least what you think is going to be Signa. And this one's going to go for Blanton. However, they run up, and as they run up towards you, they just sort of they sort of less of a run and more of a really fast limp. And as opposed to biting you, they just sort of sit there, cough, hack, and wheeze. And then all of a sudden, these pustules begin to bulge bigger and bigger until
Ew.
So they explode in a 10-foot radius. That is pretty much even their allies.
Aha, fuck them.
That means Joe's getting hit with it twice. Pretty much. So Signa, Joe, Grim, Blanton, and Thrysis. I need Constitution saving throws. Joe, I need 2 of them because you're getting hit with 2 clouds.
Cool.
All right, save.
8.
Doesn't save. So you doesn't save. So once they self-destruct, for the first round, the first one, Signa, you take 22 points of necrotic damage, or poison damage, my bad, not necrotic. That's their claw attack. They just, I rolled a d6 to see which attack they used, and they chose Suicide Bomb. So you take 22 points of necrotic damage. Joe, you take 11.
Wait, I thought you said I made the first save.
Poison, yeah, that's 22 halved, 11.
Boo.
For the second one, Blanton, Grim, you made it. Thrysis, you didn't, and Joe didn't. So let's see what this one is. Joe, you take 8. You take 16 points. I guess
I'm at 1 hit point.
Ooh.
Because if I'm raging, I just stay at 1 hit point, right?
No, you're not, because you're raging. Because you are a half orc. You go down to 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Blanton, Grim, you take 8. Thrysis, you take 16 points of poison damage as these 2 beasts just sort of burst, hitting you guys in their foulness as you these bursts of pustule sacks of poison just scatter on you, and you breathe in gas and you start hacking up. Also, Joe, Thrysis, you are considered. Oh, and Signa, you are considered poisoned.
Of course. Which means why not? Disadvantage.
All of your attacks are at disadvantage.
Don't their allies take damage too?
Oh yeah, no, I'm about to roll their con saves too, but I was focusing on you guys first.
Was that considered blood piercing or slashing damage?
It was poison damage.
Oh, just straight poison.
Yep. Alright. One on the... This one made it, this one didn't. So he takes a lot of damage, but he's still up by the fucking scruff of his feet. This one takes half. Also, not looking too good. This one, the ogre, definitely made it, because he has a lot of fucking constitution. Anyway, that's everyone else. And that is the warg's turn, because I rolled their d6 and
they're dead.
They just decided to kill themselves.
That'll be fun.
Their existence was just too painful. Mandargus, you're up.
Alright. Let's try this again. I'm going to cast chromatic or chaos bolt at level 1 with twin spell at the one next to me and the one right behind Joe.
Okay, go ahead. Roll those attacks, and then afterwards, roll me a d20.
Yep, give me 1 second. So for the guy that's next to me, that is a 21 with a natural 19.
You're gonna have to re-roll because he's be at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Because range attacks within 5 feet are at disadvantage.
Fuck you, 9.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Okay, so then I'll roll for the other guy. God damn it! And then I'll do my d20 for wild magic. A 6 for the wild magic.
Okay, I got that in mind. Roll your d100.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Because of Tides of Chaos, it's your immediate next spell that happens.
95.
95.
Is that on the
what
chart?
Yes.
Which I rolled a 6.
That would have been awful for all of you 1 turn ago. If the results were
fuck. Okay.
if Mandaris was swapped with the wargs, y'all would have been screwed. But every creature within 30 feet of him, so pretty much all of you guys are now vulnerable to poison damage. Which means you take double poison. However, the beasts that do poison damage are currently dead. So
cool.
Hey, Akara, guess what? Guess what you have? Guess what you have?
What do I have?
Poison shit.
See, which Akara? You're up.
Yes. Okay. All right. Bring it back down. So I'm going to use aim since over the 2 dwarfs head right to the ogre to try and finish him off.
Okay, that's aim. So there's your bonus action, and you can't move, but you have advantage.
Okay. Switch that real quick.
$24, that hits. 7 points of damage. Roll your, what's it called? Your sneak attack.
Okay.
Oh, wait, not. So, Akara, how do you want to take down the ogre?
So basically, I reel my bow back and I let it fly right at the big guy. When one ear hole right through his brain and out the other.
You sort of you do a quick bird whistle and throw your voice, causing the creature to causing the massive beast to turn its head, and you let loose the fly and get through one of its gnarled ears, and you all hear the sickening squelching noise as the old arrow makes its exit point, annihilating the beast. All right, so with that, it's Thrice's turn.
I can hear him, but he's super low again.
I'm gonna move my fireball thingy up to this guy.
Yep, no problem.
It's not working.
You need to change from arrow to
got it. Yep, that guy.
Boom. It hits him. It can't be in the same space as him, but it hits him and it bounces off him. So he needs to make a dexterity save. Go ahead and roll that damage. That's your bonus action. You also have an action.
It's actually when they end their turn within it.
Oh, within it?
Yeah.
Also, I think also start, either or. It's when they enter its area for the first time and end their turn in it.
Oh, yep, you're right. Yep.
So that that counts as attacked.
So what is it? 2d6.
Go ahead and roll that 2d6. He fails, by the way, and takes 9 points of damage. Nice. All right, that's your bonus action. You still have an action. So you can cast a cantrip or another spell, or make a weapon attack. But if you make a weapon attack, it's at disadvantage because you are currently poisoned.
I will just go ahead and if I can find it.
Sacred Flame. Who are you doing it on?
That dude.
All right. Orc, typical orc. Rolling deck save. And he fails. And 5 damage is what he needed. So you send out another quick burst of flame, and it sends it into the beast, into the orc's chest, and just sort of sits there smoldering as it burns out the rest of his heart. Okay, ogre is dead. Grim, you're up.
Let's see. Yeah. So the oak is dead, and all we've got left is it just this guy?
This guy
And this one.
and this one facing Mandardus.
Sweet. I'm gonna run over here.
While he goes do that, Thrisis, make me a Constitution saving throw. This is to try and overcome your. This is not for it. This is pretty much trying to get the poison out of your system. So, what are you doing?
Attacking.
You're good. You're no longer poisoned. All right, go ahead. Roll to attack.
Okie dokie. Ciao.
11 does not hit. You go in for the swing. He just sort of bats it to the side with his long cleaver-like sword.
Damn. Try the other one. How about a 13?
13 also does not hit, unfortunately. You go in for the strike, and it hits nothing but armor, and he looks down at you. He's like...
Okay.
Also, I need you to roll me another deck save?
Another deck save?
Yeah, deck save, because you're ending your turn 5 feet away from the flaming sphere. Thrisis, roll me 2d6, please.
Sorry, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
He makes it with a 14, thankfully. So you manage
Unfortunately.
Fortunately for us.
As you fight him, you take notice of the actual ball of glimmering fire, and you're like, "Oh yeah!" As it flickers and bursts like a sunburst quickly, and you take 4 points of fire damage, and you sort of flinch away from it.
Okay.
Oh hey, that thing.
Stigna, you're up.
That's there.
All right. I'm gonna move to flank this guy.
Okay.
Now, question: if I'm flanking, does that neutralize and just put me at a blunt roll?
Yeah, it'll neutralize your poison, put you at a blunt roll.
Okay. I'm gonna do double scimitar attack on him.
Go ahead, roll to attack.
21.
That hits. Roll damage.
7. Oh no, I apologize. 6.
6 is still just enough to kill him. With you sort of jump back and pierce the scimitar into the back of his throat, piercing it out and coming out on the other side. He's just sort of sitting there gagging on a sword tip as he slowly dies. So you still have your bonus action if you want to second wind or something.
I'm actually gonna do action surge.
Totally up to you, brother.
Hold on, I gotta do this.
So
I'm gonna move up.
You move.
I want to move
have
up.
20 feet left.
Yeah, I want to get about extreme range of. So then I want to do.
If you do Hue now, if you're throwing Hue, it'd be a disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, I can't flank him though. I don't think. I don't think I can make it all the way up to.
Unfortunately, no.
So. All right. Let's see what we got. Can get worse than that. Nope, doesn't hit.
You throw
I do have second wind though still because I haven't used my bonus action.
Mhm.
And then God, I hate that it doesn't have it in here. What is it? It's
1d10 plus your level.
I'll just do that.
There you go.
Nice.
12. Who left?
It was.
Thrisis.
Yeah, he's back.
Anyway, so not bad. So you throw it and it goes and he bats it away with his cleaver, but it does come back into your hands. And roll a Constitution save at the end of your turn as we move on to the Orc Beast Bloods are dead, so they're done. Josephine, you're up.
14 for Constitution.
You do manage to shake off the poison. DC was 13. So Josephine, you're up. All that's left is the orc chief.
Well, I'm gonna have to get up close to hit him.
You can utilize. So here's the thing: you can utilize your other weapons. However, they'll just be at disadvantage, and you already have disadvantage because of poison. So you'd be throwing your javelin at disadvantage anyway.
All right.
Of course, if you want to get close to him, you can get close to him. That's all up on you.
You know, I'm at 1 hit point. I really don't feel like bursting into flames too. It's cool. It's cool.
9 unfortunately doesn't hit. You throw, and he just like steps it aside and bats it. So roll a Constitution save at the end of your turn. And do you want to move anywhere?
No, because I would prefer to
It's not a disadvantage, so you can roll it straight.
Oh,
While she's doing that, Blanton, you're up. It's okay. I know people forget. Blanton, you're up.
All right. So she posed a good question. I can move like through or to where that fireball
There we
is and not get on fire, right?
You can. So here's the thing: you can move not through the fireball, but you will be ending your turn within 5 feet, which also still counts. You make it. You're no longer poisoned.
Yay!
So like, you can. So if you choose. So like, if you choose to, you can choose to like go 15, 10, like which would put you within distance of him to fight, but you still will be ending your turn 5 feet within the fireball. So.
Okay. And what does that do to me?
That means you'll have to roll a dex save at the end of your turn, and you'll take either full or half of whatever damage Heart rolls.
All right, fine. I'll risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to move behind.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying you do so. You don't walk through it because you just do that to move him. But like, anyway, so you can roll. You have advantage because you're flanking. So roll to attack.
What's the
15 just barely hits. So that's 8 points of damage. Not bad.
And I'll burn another spell and do divines.
All right. So that's another 2d8. Roll that. Six points of damage. Nice.
15?
All right. So roll a dex save at the end of your turn. And Heart, roll me 2d8 damage, please. Or 2d6, my bad. 12 does not make it, unfortunately, and you only have 6 hit points left. So, as you're standing there, the heat of the ball of the heat of Thrisis' radiating, burning orb radiates, and you get hit by a quick blast, and you're like, and you feel your eyes close as you are knocked unconscious.
Shit.
Anyway, it is the Orc Chief's turn. He stumbles and he's like growling, and he like takes his cleaver in hand, and he's going to attack. He's going to attack Grim first with his thingy.
Yay.
22. Does a 22 hit?
Of course.
He does 8 points of slashing damage.
Sweet.
I need you to roll me that wisdom save of yours, buddy.
Oh, shit.
And he's also going to turn around, hold his sword up in the air, and strike down on the unconscious body of Blanton.
Not dead yet.
Not yet, but...
Just a flesh wound.
That is a hit. And an automatic crit because you are unconscious. So I need you to take 2 death saving throws and click failures.
Oh, click failure automatically?
So you have 2 failures on your death saving throw.
Okay.
As he stabs the cleaver into your unconscious chest. Oh shit, I turned the turn order off by accident. Ah, there we go. It's still there. And since you're unconscious, he doesn't have to worry about fucking... And so he's going to move out of the turn of the fire. So he's no longer within 5 feet. Mandartis, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to move right here. And I am going to cast, or use the scroll of Lightning Bolt.
Okay. Okay.
Hang on, if you
So-
were within 5 feet or 10 feet of the orb.
5 feet.
Oh, I took damage of being at 10.
No, you like the orb was right there, and that is 5 feet from you.
Oh, did the orb move?
Yeah, that's when you when you went to fight the guy. That's when the orb hit.
The
That's when
orb's
was
been there.
Oh, I knew the orb was there. I thought it was 10 feet away.
All right. Here's the thing. That is a 3rd level spell. You
Uh-huh.
only know 2nd level spells. I need you to roll me a charisma check and see if you can cast this higher level spell. So roll me a charisma check.
Oh, even though it's a scroll.
Even though it's a scroll. This is not your wild magic. Your wild magic doesn't affect this. This is your ability to cast a higher level spell.
So would it be a charisma saving throw or just straight charisma modifier?
Just charisma modifier. Roll a d20, add your charisma.
10.
10 total?
10 total.
Alright, make it. So, that is 8d6 damage.
Wow.
2, 4, 6, 8. All right. 10, 23 damage.
23 damage. Alright. 1 second. Here it is. So I need to roll a save for the chief.
Yes.
Nice 7 there, chief. So how do you want to do this?
As I read this,
Lightning.
as I read this
Yeah.
roll, as the lightning leaves my hand or however it leaves, I want it to hit him, and the entire electrical surge just makes his entire body just disintegrate into nothing.
Oh,
So-
you should have gone with the skeleton.
I
Show
should-
through the skin.
Straight out of
Way cooler.
straight out of straight out of Elder Scrolls. You pull out the scroll and begin whispering to yourself. You watch as these arcane words hover off the page and sort of twist and turn until eventually the scroll evaporates into your hands. Magic that you've never felt before, a power that is yet unknown to you, begins to spark between your fingers as you all watch as a physical lightning bolt streaks out of Mandartis' hands and pierces through the orc's chief's chest, leaving a gigantic hole. The lightning surges into the rest of his body as eventually his body is disintegrated into ash before you. And with that, combat comes to an end.
Lightning Bros, high five.
So 5.
Cure wounds, 11 hit points.
Yeah, can somebody help take care of Joe?
Not a problem.
Just gonna
We-
throw it out there.
This is we'll pick this up back next time. However, you have both beaten up all these people and have completed the quest. So
How much XP do we get?
Level 4.
Holy
Level 4.
shit!
Woo.
180.
Level 4.
Edits.
Go. So at level 4, you guys don't get any class abilities, but you get to choose between 2 things. You get to choose A, the ability to add 2 points to one of your ability scores, or 1 point to 2 of your ability scores, or B, to take a feat. If you guys got any questions about that, feel free to ask me.
Say that again.
So you can either add two to one of your ability scores. So make one of your ability scores like a 16 to an 18, or add 1 to 2 of your ability scores. So make an ability score of 15 to a 16, which will bring it up by 1 point. Or you can take a feat. Feats get very like interesting and specific. I suggest like reading up on those, reading on what they can do, because like really it just depends on what play style you want. Honestly, the safest thing to do is to add 2 to an ability score and get you even closer to the ability that you want, but like get you just even make you even better at what you're doing. But it's up to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 to my charisma.
Okay. 17 won't bring it up to 4. So I know you have a lot of 15. So if you want to add one to 2 different stats, you could bring 2 15s to a 16. Up to you.
I can get dual wield with this, right?
Yeah, you can get dual wielder with this if you want. So that means Signa, if you wish to, he can wield 2 heavy weapons. He can wield a longsword in one hand and a battle axe in the other, should he desire.
I'll have to look through feats. I was debating.
Because I know he's been wanting to wield Hugh two-handedly.
Just out of curiosity, would that include armor class?
What do you mean? Like, oh yeah, if you were to up your dexterity or your constitution, which affects your armor class, it will bring it up. Because you're an unarmored warrior.
What's a plus? How high can you go?
Up to 20. 20's max.
20.
No, not. I'm sorry. Like plus what can you get to on all of your? Like right now, I've got plus 5 Constitution.
That's your save.
Oh, that's my saving.
Your Constitution though should be a plus 3.
You don't. It's plus 2. One of these.
You gotta help me. I am. Okay.
And then we roll our hit die plus our Constitution modifier to get our new HP.
So some of these aren't gonna matter.
If you roll, roll your hit die plus your Constitution modifier. So if you just click the D6 or D8 or do whatever's on your sheet.
Should I do it to my intelligence, which is currently at -1?
I mean, it would make it 0, so you wouldn't have negative.
Anyway, it is 11 o'clock for me. I have work tomorrow, and I know it's 12 o'clock for y'all. So if you have questions, DM me them tomorrow, and I'll get back to you. Maybe even get into voice chat with y'all. But I gotta go.
Later.
You are fine. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this very surprisingly battle-heavy session.
No, it was fun.
Always. Thank
see
you.
you.
Fighter.
I'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Yep.